I write this email to share something that truly marked my life. Please do not disclose my name as I wish to share anonymously. I just want you to know that at that time, I was a young 17-year-old. I started working at a gas station, responsible for refueling vehicles and cleaning windshields for those who allowed it, seeking to earn some extra money. I mainly worked during the nights because I was attending high school in the youth and adult education modality. It's worth mentioning that this gas station was located on the outskirts of the city. I used to commute with a 40-year-old co-worker who also worked the same shift. He would give me a ride and drop me off on an avenue a few blocks from my house. I would then walk the rest of the way. One night, around 3:30 a.m., only my co-worker and I were there, and there was no one else in the area. Suddenly, a car arrived and parked where I was. It was a vehicle with dark tinted windows, nearly impossible to see inside. The driver rolled down the window, revealing a young lady. She asked me to fill the tank and explained that she was going to the convenience store at the station to buy some sweets for her child in the back seat. I politely asked her to watch over him while she shopped, and she agreed, smiling and thanking me before heading to the store. Until then, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The rear windows were closed and very dark, but I could sense some movement inside. Apparently, the child was getting impatient. I finished refueling the vehicle and waited for the lady to come out to receive the payment and also ask if I could clean the windows while waiting. I noticed movements in the back of the car, but due to the darkness, I couldn't see clearly. Finally, the lady returned with 2 bags of food, smiling in a way that seemed disturbing to me as she walked towards me. I smiled back once and turned away. However, the situation became very uncomfortable when she asked if her son was still in the car. I answered affirmatively, and she took out her wallet, paid for the gasoline, and tipped me for looking after her son. I thanked her, and she got into the vehicle, started the engine, turned around to the back, handing the bags to the child, and said affectionately, "Look, darling, see what I bought for you." I thought she would leave. Before driving away, she turned to me and said, "See this." She lowered the rear window, revealing an almost skeletal corpse, fully dressed with a hood on the head. I was petrified. I don't know how long I stood there. My colleague immediately came over as the car raised the windows and simply drove away. I was left shocked and unable to react. My coworker tried to get me to respond without success. Finally, I managed to speak and told him everything. He picked up the phone without saying a word, called the police, reported the incident, provided a description of the car and where it had gone. After that, he took me home as I was deeply shaken. The next night, when my coworker came to pick me up, he told me he had received a call from the prosecutor's office thanking him for reporting that incident. Apparently, the woman was being sought by her family, who lived in another state. They said she had gone mad after losing her child due to an illness and had suddenly disappeared without a trace. They never knew where she had buried her child. It's incredible, but it fell to me to live through this disturbing event so that finally her relatives could find her and discover that she had never disposed of the body of her child. I appreciate the opportunity to share my experience. Now, at 28 years old, I believe I have overcome that incident, but it is undoubtedly something that will be etched in my mind forever.